Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Porn and Capitalism. On this week's episode, crypto crashed again. And I think people are figuring out that it's not real money. It's just as real as any other money, which is 0% real. It's just some made up shit that people are like, I think it's worth this much. I think it's worth this much. It's all worthless. If that's the one lesson we all learn from cryptocurrencies, be it Doge or Bitcoin, if we all learn that money isn't real, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing for all of us to have learned. I don't know how many people learned that lesson because I think people like to just hop on the bandwagons generally, be it cryptocurrency or being tolerant or giving a fuck about other people. It's all just fads, right? Like equality's a fad. Right? Democracy's a fad. It's going to run out pretty soon. It's just what it is, man. People don't want to admit that that's the case, but everything's a fad, and cryptocurrency is a fad, and I think it's going to go away, and then it's going to come back again, because that's what fads do, okay? That's what fads do, man. They're going to come back. It's not going to. I'm not selling my Bitcoin. I actually bought more Bitcoin. That's what you do. You buy the fad when it's out of style, right? Like you buy joggers when they're not cool. Because then when they become cool, you have joggers. Everyone called you a homo when you had them and no one else was wearing them. Same thing with Bitcoin. Everyone called you a fucking moron when you bought Bitcoin at 1,000 and now you're a genius. And now you're an idiot again if you have Bitcoin because it dropped to 30. Whatever. Long story short. My point is buy it when it's going down. Not financial advice, but I mean, that is real financial advice. Think about it, dude. You buy it when it's low. Everyone's like, oh, cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is crashing. Oh, you mean it's cheaper to buy? Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. It's a fad and it's not real, which doesn't mean you can't make money off of it. Some of the best ways to make money aren't real, right? I mean, think about the Kardashians. They're not real. They're not real at all. 0% real. They're all fake, and they're billionaires. The faker you are, the more money you get because money's fake, right? Think about that. That's some trippy shit. I did just eat a medical strength edible, but I don't think it's kicking in yet. I was high before. I've been smoking the Delta 8s. The Delta 8s. That's not it. That's the Juul. That's the Delta 8 right there. It's also not real. It's fake weed. But does it get you high? Not really, but sort of, a little bit. That's why you eat edible with it too, because then it really fucks you up. You know what I'm saying? You just got to take bigger hits of the Delta 8. I think that's what it is. Well, here's what I've been doing. You do the Juul and the Delta 8 at the same time, like this. That's how you do it right there. That's called vaping, guys. That's called a vape spliff. And that's real. There we go, baby. There we go. We're doing it. We're drinking fake beer. It's Heineken Zero. It's fake beer. It's just like cryptocurrency. It's all fake. All of this is fake. I'm not even in a garage right now. Texas isn't real. Joe Rogan's not real. Racial slurs are not real. Like, all of this shit is fake. It's all a construct. That's what they're trying to get you to realize, okay? It's all fake. All of it's fake. I don't know what even people are talking about with this, everything's real. No, everything's fake. The government's fake. The economy's fake. Unemployment's fake. Employment's fake. Weed is fake. Beer is fake. Comedy's fake. Fucking Asians are fake. It's all fake, okay? That's what I'm trying to get across. People don't get it. People are like, oh, no, I think some things are real. Nothing's real. That's the real conspiracy. That's the truth, is that everything's fake. It's a simulation. And if it's a simulation, why the fuck are people taking it so goddamn seriously, including myself? I get upset over the dumbest shit. I lost an iPhone charger today, and I got upset about it. It's not even real. I have an iPhone 5. This thing can barely make phone calls. But if it's not charged, I'm not going to not know that I did not get a phone call. You know what I'm saying? So I need to have a charger for it so I can plug it the fuck in. This was the first phone that they made the new charger, the skinny charger. Y'all remember the skinny charger? This is the first one. Not real. Some of you might be like, Marcus, what's wrong? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Everything's great, right? Happiness is also fake. It's not real. Anger, that might be the realest shit. That's why, like, when you can tell, anger's the realest thing, because when you're angry, you're fucking angry. You know what I'm saying? That's real, okay? It might be overdone sometimes, but it's real. It's fucking real, okay? Gotta calm down. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to hit him with the Delta 8s. Someone put it to me this way. Jeff Horst put it to me this way yesterday. He's in town. Shout out Jeff Horst. He said that this is like weed light. It's like weed light. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is. It's like diet weed lights. And, you know, back when I was drinking, I wasn't particularly fond of light beers. I would drink them. You know, sometimes you got to drink a light beer. Sometimes you got to smoke some Delta 8. And sometimes you need to buy cryptocurrency because it dropped below 35, okay? I'm just saying. I don't give a fuck about what Elon Musk has to say about the goddamn carbon tax and fucking this and that. You know how much carbon gets used to make batteries at Tesla? Neither do I, but I'm sure it's some. There's got to be some carbon involved, right? They have carbon fiber Teslas, right? Isn't the whole interior carbon fiber or something? That can't be free. I don't know. I'm just saying, and I'm a fan of Elon Musk and Tesla, and I don't drive a Tesla, and I've never been to South Africa. Sounds like a charming place. I don't know. Following up on last week's episode, by the way, shout out to anybody who saw it. I talked about the Tony Hinchcliffe thing and the Pong Dong. And, you know, it's kind of taken a turn, hasn't it now? Hasn't it? It's kind of backfired. Cancel culture is getting canceled. That's right. Biden's America. We're canceling cancel culture because he doesn't even know what's going on. Nobody's giving a fuck about masks anymore. Isn't that nice? The whole country's done with this shit. Maybe it's just because I'm in Texas and they've been done with it here, but it's not even a thing anymore. Like when you see someone with a mask, it's like the old days when you would see people with a mask. You're like, oh my God, they're Asian, right? And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Asian people wear masks. I mean, I've seen white people do it too, but it's weird because I think some of these people are never going to take the mask off. They've never heard of Future. Now I'm a fan of Future, and Future says mask off, fuck it, mask on, and then he says mask off again. I think the masks need to come off, guys. I think we need to take them off. I think we need to show the entire world that we all have herpes. How did it happen? Because nobody really quarantined, okay? Okay, nobody quarantined. Everyone got herpes. No one talked about it. If everyone got coronavirus, everyone got herpes. That's how that's rolling, okay? Take the mask off. Wear your cold sores like a champ, like everyone else. I have a beard. I don't have to because I'm better than you. I have more testosterone without testosterone replacement therapy. Just smoking Delta weed, bitch. I don't know. I mean, I haven't been told to wear a mask in about a week and a half, maybe, and that's nice because I've been not wearing them for a minute now. But nobody's enforcing it anymore. Like Walmart's not enforcing it. You know, we've turned the corner when Walmart's like, guys, right? It's fucking Walmart. Like Walmart, they were one of the big proponents of wearing masks early, as was Amazon. They were hardcore about it, and all these big corporations. It's Asian for compilation. All these big corporations, they have they've been on the forefront, seemingly, of pushing the social justice agenda, which part of it has included COVID, because don't forget, episode 1, COVID is racist. COVID was a huge thing in the race baiting community, right? They're all talking about, technically those communities are facing some of the hardest times that they've ever faced in a coronavirus. That's how I interpret them when they talk about that shit, because I don't give a fuck. But now the corporations are stopping to give a shit. And that means it's time for everyone else to follow suit. Because whether or not you like it, the corporations are the ones who run this country. A lot of people say that's a problem. Is it? You don't want Walmart making your decisions for you? Come on. Walmart makes great decisions. TVs in the back, right? Harder to steal. It's smart. It's a business pitch. You put them in the back, they're harder to steal. No one puts TVs at the front. That's why ABC Warehouse went out of business. But you got to let the corporations have a bigger say. I think they should just straight elect officials. I don't even think we should get to vote. I think it should just be the shareholders of corporations, right when they're done electing their CEOs and COOs and, you know, all the chiefs, right? They go and they elect the chiefs for the country. The chiefs of the country. That's right. We call them chiefs, too. I think we should. I think that would be a nice ode to the Native Americans that we all murdered, right? I think if we called them chiefs, like the head chief, instead of president, how about head chief? I think that would be cool. I would respect Joe Biden more if he ran around with face paint and a big fucking headdress with all the fucking the bird things, the feathers and shit. I would respect him more. I really would. I think that would be the move. If Joe Biden wanted to earn the respect of most Americans, he would be painting his face like a Native American would. Because that is really what it means to be an American, is to paint your face and murder other people. That's being an American. It always has been, and it always will be. People don't like it. People are like, too much violence in this country, too many people killing other people, be it, you know, black on black crime or cop crime or this crime or that crime. There's too many people killing other people. I disagree. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. I think we need more. If you're a real patriot, you should go murder someone. Kidding. I'm kidding. Before that gets taken out of context. But are you a patriot? Come on. I mean, that is what this country was founded on. That's what was going on in this country before white people even got here, which a lot of people don't want to talk about. But that is literally the basis, really, of humanity. I mean, even if you go back to Genghis Khan, right? Genghis Khan was one of the greatest men to ever live. Definitely the greatest Asian to ever live. I would say hands down. Top 5 men of all time. Got to be the number 1 Asian dude of all time, right? I mean, if you're ranking dudes. I mean, top dudes, you know, you throw Genghis Khan, maybe George Washington, you throw him a swing over there. Alexander the Great. I mean, if you're talking goats, Alexander the Great should be up there, right? Who else would you put in that category? You know, great men. Do you put Christopher Columbus? I would go maybe Amerigo Vespucci, right? He gave him the name America. He had 2 continents named after him, and he went all the way around, baby. Amerigo Vespucci. Or no, that was Magellan, wasn't it? My bad. I just like saying Amerigo Vespucci. Makes it sound like a cool guy. You know, he cooks some mean pasta dishes. All right, so we got Genghis Khan. We got George Washington. We got Amerigo Vespucci. Who else are we going to throw into that category? Michael Jordan, I think, greatest, you know, one of the greatest humans of all time. Throw Michael Jordan into that category. And, you know, I guess we could say Jesus. Why not? Throw Jesus in there. Get a Jew in there. Why not, you know? Get a good old Jew in there. A Jew. Got to throw the Jews in there. A lot going on with the Israel and Palestine stuff, by the way. And I know everyone's wondering, Marcus, I have to understand what your thought and take is on Israel-Palestine. Well, let me just say this. As a German citizen, I am legally required to support Israel in everything. It's kind of the deal. All right? If you're German, you have to support Israel. Otherwise, you're anti-Semitic. And if you're anti-Semitic and German, that's too many strikes. So I support Israel. I don't even know what's going on over there. I just know I support Israel. Okay? Guys, everybody, I support Israel. What about Palestine? What about Israel? I go back to that. I say, what about Israel? I say I remember the Holocaust because I'm German and I'm sorry. So I support Israel, whatever they do. They can do no wrong because I can't criticize them. Because that makes me anti-Semitic, right? It's a fun position to take, to be like, I literally have to support Israel because as a German citizen, you would assume if I don't support Israel, it's because I'm anti-Semitic, which I'm not, because I fully support Israel. See how you do that? That's called winning. Not enough men out here are winning. Speaking of winning and dudes who win, Jordan Peterson's new book is out. I've been thinking about buying it, but instead I made my bed. I cleaned my room today. It felt good. I'll be honest with you. It's been a minute since I cleaned my room. It felt good. Shout out to Dr. Jordan Peterson, the GOAT. I mean, we could put him in there. I'd say top 10. Greatest humans of all time. The number one Canadian. How about that? If we're ranking Canadians, it goes Jordan Peterson, Gordie Howe, Mario Lemieux. I think he deserves to be up there. He's Canadian, right? I think Mario Lemieux's Canadian. Shyla Styles, we had her as Porn Star of the podcast a couple weeks ago. One of the top Canadians. And I guess, Avril Lavigne would be my fifth greatest Canadian of all time. This is a big list show. Big old list show. Avril Lavigne, number 5. I would like to see Jordan Peterson make a parody video of Skater Boy called Proud Boy. I think that would be a hilarious parody. He was a proud boy. He made his bed and then he rioted, boy. Justice wasn't good enough for him. He was a proud boy. Da, da, da. Yeah, I think that would be fun. I don't know. I don't have the lyrics down yet, clearly. But I think that would be a good music video. Sorry, just getting a little Delta 8 here. Just getting a little Delta 8, guys. And the tobacco. Little Delta 8 tobacco combo. People say it's not healthy, and I don't care. Yeah, now we can just go back to coughs being about... what's going to make a comeback, by the way, is this popcorn lung. I think popcorn lung's coming back. Everybody forgot about popcorn lung during the pandemic, right? Because who cares about popcorn lung when everybody's got coronavirus? But now, popcorn lung, it's coming back, baby. I might have it. I might have coronavirus, too. Who knows, dude? Who even knows? Who's getting tested for COVID, right? Here's the thing. I haven't been tested once during the entire pandemic. Literally never once got tested for COVID. Right? How did I pull that off? It's called killing it. All right, guys. I never once got tested for COVID. I do not have the vaccine. I am a fucking hero. Okay, that's what I am right now. I am a right-wing hero, dude. Right-wing hero. That's funny. That would be the parody song. Jordan Peterson doing the parody. I'm a right-wing hero, and I have conservative values. I'm a right-wing hero, and I support two genders. I'm a right-wing hero. I'm sorry. It's just funny to me. Jordan Peterson is such a cool dude. Like, I got to see him live back in the day. I think it was 2018, perhaps. Maybe 2017, 2018, he was doing a big tour, and he did the Fox Theater, maybe the Fillmore in Detroit. Very cool. I think it was the Fillmore, actually. I think it was the Fillmore. I also saw Ron White at the Fillmore, and those were two very different shows. Let me just say that. Jordan Peterson, they sold a lot of beer at both. Probably just a little more at Ron White. But the Jordan Peterson one is very interesting because it wasn't a comedy show. Right. And I go to comedy. There were still some laughs here and there. I think Dave Rubin was there, doing comedy and stuff. But it's just interesting to see him up there, doing his thing. As a comic, it's great to see. I watched some live music tonight, too. I did a mic. Good night in Austin, Texas, overall. Even though I lost the charger and almost shit hit the fan. It's cool to see people do what they do. That's why we like to go see sports. By the way, shout out Miguel Cabrera. Hit a grand slam. He's coming up on 500 home runs. He's at 491, baby. He's having a rough year. I just looked at his stats, bro. He's struggling, but, get 9 more home runs and maybe he can do it. I guess he's not struggling that bad. It's May, and he's got 6 home runs. The batting average is just, he's batting like 206 or some shit like that, which I'm like, damn, bro, that's bad for Miggy. What were we talking about? That's why people watch sports. So you want to watch greatness. Witnessing greatness live is amazing. That's why we watch sports. That's why people like to go, watch shows. That's why a lot of people are trying to go to Creek in the Cave right now to go see Joe Rogan. They just want to get a glimpse of Joe Rogan, the legend Joe Rogan. They just want to see him. They just want to see him. And he's out there, man. He's doing a lot of shows at Creek in the Cave. I'm going to be at Creek in the Cave on Sunday doing a spot, Adam Lucky's show, The Filthy Show. So check that out on Sunday, May 23rd at Creek in the Cave. That should be a very, very fun show. I'm excited for that. Austin is popping, dude. Austin is a boom town right now. And it's very interesting to watch different people move here because everyone kind of has a different reaction to it at first. You know, a lot of people like complaining about the homeless people because they're hacks. Most people are hacks. They're just like, it's the homeless people, right? It's the homeless people. No. You know let's talk about the real shit. Cocaine. Too many people down here are doing cocaine. Way too many people are down here. I'm not one of them, Mom, but I'm just, a lot of cocaine being done down here. Is it because we're closer to Mexico? I guess that's why there's more cocaine in Austin than anywhere I've ever been before. And I've been to, I haven't been to fucking Colombia, but Jesus Christ, this is the most cocaine I've ever seen is in fucking Austin, Texas. Everybody's doing it. I guess all these tech people are doing coke. It's like, man, can't wait for the new app to come out because shit, you're on coke. Should be good, right? Isn't it nice to know that the people who are making the apps that you spend your entire day on are doing coke off of tens and tens titties or dudes, because some of them are gay. Who fucking knows? I'm just saying, the people who are making your phone, not actually making your phones, the people who are making your phones are probably also making your cocaine potentially, but the people making the apps on your phones are doing the cocaine that the people making those phones are making. So isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Fentanyl, right? And all that shit. Everybody's doing Adderall. Everybody's doing Adderall, but I'm just smoking Delta 8. Gotta hit it with the double. You gotta hit it with the double. People don't believe me. I say you gotta hit it with the double. What you can do if you don't hit it with the double. This has been, how to describe this week. It's been a bit of a blur. Started working at Vulcan Gas Company. Had my first couple shifts there. First shift was the Anthony Cumia show. Literally the Anthony Cumia podcast live at Vulcan. It was unreal. It was nuts because let's just say they made Tony Hinchcliffe look like a fucking social justice warrior because they were letting it fly. All right. They didn't give a flying fuck and the crowd loved it. Okay. Just very interesting. Very, very interesting. And then the second event I worked at the Vulcan Gas Company was a hip-hop fashion show. Yeah, hip-hop fashion show. A lot of attractive black women. And a lot of what turned into a big fight at the door. Luckily, I wasn't working at the front door. I was working, the back door. Come on, there we go. Oh, shit. There, see... That's what I was going for. But instead, I gave myself the crickets. And I think that was deserved, honestly. Long story short, some shit went down at the front door. And, words were exchanged. A fella who kind of looked like Fat J. Cole started talking shit to the door guys. And then the manager. And then, yeah. And you know what happens. Eventually, you got to kick someone out, and someone throws a punch, and then this and that and the other thing. And, when things get physical, it's interesting when things get physical. Because the people who start the violence, you always, in retrospect, you look at it and you're like, they had nothing to lose. They didn't give. That's why they fucking were like, you know what? Fuck you. And that's when you want to be careful. I'm a diffuser. I'm not a real violent person, I like to diffuse situations. That's how I prefer to go about handling, my business. Diffuse it. Try to. Now, in the car, I'll let it rip, though. I'm a horn guy. You got to rip the horn sometimes. A lot of people in this town specifically, I think just in this state, maybe even really the country, I think Americans are bad drivers. Because here's the thing, every place I've ever been to in America, people who move there say, wow, the people around here can't drive for shit or they drive crazy as fuck. Everywhere you go. I'm starting to think Americans are just bad drivers. I think that's all it is. Everybody wants to say everyone sucks, but it's like, yeah, No, we all suck. I don't. I've, professional driving training in Germany. Okay, I don't suck at driving. But the rest of you do. And that is what it is. I'm not going to be mad at you for it, but I am going to honk my horn. That's going to happen. I'm going to honk my horn, and you're going to have to deal with that. So that's on you. And I don't really feel too bad about it. Pardon me. I'm doing a little bit of the research that I needed to do before I started the podcast, but I didn't because I was in a rush. Sometimes you're in a rush. You ever been in a rush? Hey, listeners, have you ever been in a rush? You ever been rushing around, don't know what to do, and you just feel like the world's too much? Try Delta 8 with Juul, a new combination that allows you to enjoy the soothing taste of marijuana with the soothing taste of tobacco. Ain't that better? Getting High, brought to you by Big Pharma. Holy shit. Just trying to look up the goddamn fucking... Sometimes you're just trying to look up the porn star of the podcast, and your phone is just not helping you. Whoa, baby. That's not her. That's not her. Come on now. Don't make me Google it like that. Sometimes you look up the porn star of the podcast and they ask you if you mean the country singer, and I do not mean the country singer. This is who I mean. Can we get a good bio for this bitch? Sorry, I don't mean to. That's rude. I don't mean to do that. Here we go. This week's porn star of the podcast. Give it up for Jessica Lynn. That's right, Jessica Lynn. Here's a good girl from honest and wholesome Minnesota, USA, where neighbors greet each other and shovel each other's driveways, and everyone is the descendant of some crazy Viking. Jessica Lynn certainly has some of those Viking qualities with her northern blonde hair and exploratory nature. Ooh. In fact, Jessica lives to explore, except that her journeys sometimes go inwards instead of across oceans, like when she gets girls to explore inside her pie hole with their mouths, or gets dudes to explore her mouth, poon, and butt with their flesh sticks. Vikings are also known to be hungry meat eaters, and when you watch Jessica devour every inch of meaty bone and gargle up sizzling urethra drippings, you know her appetite is as noble as any warrior's in Valhalla. But enough about Minnesota and Vikings, because these days Jessica is a true West Coast Valley girl who soaks up those Southern Cali rays, dines on fish tacos, blades on the boardwalk, and loves to get a good tanning oil rub down on her amazing tits and dewy apricot ass. Jessica loves showing off her goods in all kinds of crazy scenes for the biggest studios. She wears costumes, does accents, eats cunts, takes it up the butt, and welcomes any crazy fetish fun that's offered her way. This babe is a regular cam girl favorite because she loves accommodating any pervy idea that originates in our brains or in our balls. Let us at Pornhub Pros show you around in the fantastic fuck zone of Jessica Lynn. Jessica Lynn, born July 8th, 1985, in Ohio, it says, but I guess raised in Minnesota. She's 5'6", 115 pounds. Let's see. Does Jessica Lynn have an OnlyFans? Let's plug the OnlyFans if we can here real quick. Jessica Lynn OnlyFans. What do we got here? Jessica Lynn OnlyFans. Okay, let's check it out. Is that it or is that it? There's a couple Jessica Lynns here on OnlyFans. There are a few of these Jessica Lynns on OnlyFans, but let's see if we can find the actual one, the one that we are profiling. And if we can support her Bish a little bit. I don't think that's her. This is just a knockoff, and I don't want to do that. I'm not supporting no knockoff bullshit. I can't find it. But once again, Jessica Lynn, this week's porn star of the podcast. Give it up for her. A lot of talk there about Viking qualities. The Viking qualities of a Minnesota-raised gal, a blonde gal. A lot of times people say that I look like a Viking because of my big old beard. And, obviously I am from a Nordic country, Germany, and I enjoy drinking Heineken Zero because, again, fake news. People associate Viking things with me, Like people assume that I know about Nordic shit, like like Thor. I don't know much about Thor because Thor is not a German thing. So I don't know, and I'm not into the superhero movies, so I don't know much about Thor. People ask me, do I own a dragon? And I'm like, no, actually, I don't own a dragon. And, other people ask, hey, are your parents Nazis? And I'm like, well, that's actually, that has nothing to do with Vikings. It's totally German. And also, how old do you think my fucking parents are? Jesus. It's born in 1993, not 1933. There we go. That's comedy, folks. But when you look like this, let's just say people profile you. And I'm not saying that it's always negative because a lot of times it's positive. People are like, this guy gets it. But I'll be honest. The nice thing about it is when I'm in black settings, it's accepted. When I'm in, when I say white settings, I mean like white on purpose settings. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a reason it's a whites all setting. You know what I mean? Like the Anthony Cumia podcast. There were two black people there. Sometimes you're in a setting like that and everyone's like, they also like it. You know what I mean? So I possess this strange ability to be able to go to different communities and settings racially and sort of blend in. And let me just say, being a chameleon is a lot of fun because you get to hang out and see all kinds of cool shit. You get to go to a hip-hop fashion show. The funny thing there was the entire bouncing staff was white. It was an all-white bouncing staff at an pretty much all-black event. And the two guys who, were the issue, let's say, or caused the issue at the door with the door guys, those two black guys. So it just wasn't a good look, when it's like an all-white bouncing staff against a couple black guys and shit. It just doesn't come off good looking. You know what I mean? But again, for me, I wasn't involved with that. I was just standing by the stairs making sure VIP stayed VIP, if you know what I mean. And that, it was a good time. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. Back to the Viking shit again. People assume that I do Viking stuff, like throw axes or, ride around in a canoe. And, I'm just a regular dude, man. I'm just like you, bro. I'm just out here eating medical strength edibles and making podcasts, baby. That's all we're doing, man. Just chilling, talking about porn stars and capitalism and how I think Jeff Bezos should be president. I know no one wants to say it. I think we should have Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk run and Bill Gates. They should all be on one ticket. It should be three for the first day, 3 joint presidents. It should be Bill Gates, fucking Bezos, whatever Koch brothers alive, Elon Musk, all the billionaires, every billionaire, even Trump, get him back in there. It should be all the billionaires should be president at the same time. Even Bloomberg, get that fucking little dumb bitch in there. You know what I'm saying? Get all the billionaires who are American, only American billionaires. I think Mark Cuban, get him in there, right? Have him run point, so to speak.
Little Luka Doncic. Yeah, a little Luka Doncic. I think if you had only billionaires be president, I think we would have a better country. We would. Billionaires are geniuses. That's how they became billionaires, okay? What do we want you want a regular person to be president? Why the fuck do you think they're regular? Because they're never going to do anything great. Now you want them to be president? What the fuck kind of shit is that? I want billionaires. Billionaires. Not children. I want people who made their own billions. Okay? So next it's going to be the tech people in next generation. It's weird, man. They're trying to like create this new society where everybody is so weird that it's basically anime in real life. Right? Everybody's got the dyed hair and the this and everybody is an avatar. I'm a fucking avatar. I'm just the bald guy with the big beard. Everybody's an avatar, man. The weed's kicking in. Everybody's just an avatar. That's what it is. So basically what the whole pan-transgender movement is just about being able to customize your avatar, which I have no problem with you customizing your avatar, but you can't tell me what I can't do in my avatar, right? Just like I can't tell you what to do in your avatar. So when I'm playing the game, I'm playing my game. And when you're playing your game. And we barely interact. That's the thing. It's the thing that people don't really think about. It's like we barely interact with the millions of people around the whole fucking globe. You interact with like such a small chunk of the human population, and we feel like that's enough to judge everybody. We're like, everybody's like this based on 6 experiences throughout the day. That's the whole world now. And then you read the news and this, that, and the other, and you realize how the news will skew how you feel about things, right? Like what you read in the news all of a sudden skews how you view the whole world. You know? And a lot of us haven't been everywhere in the world. So, you know, everybody's got these weird perspectives on shit because you can only go so many places. You only meet so many people. And then the news only gives you so much information. And then you're like, oh, dude, fuck, man. How am I supposed to really be able to make accurate judgments about shit that I have no clue about? But that's how you have to live, because that's how you live life. You have to make judgment calls. That is living. Living life is making judgment calls. That's analysis paralysis. When you are so stuck in the analyzation. Is that it? Analyzation? I don't know. When you get so caught up analyzing the data that you want to look at in order to make a decision, that you never make that decision because you're so caught up in it, that is a problem. Because at that point, you're not even making progress. You're just getting caught up in the process. People say trust the process, which makes sense, but you don't want to get caught up in the process either. You want to be able to make sure that you're still continually making progress in whatever the fuck you're trying to do, right? Are you getting better at it? What the fuck are you doing if you're not getting better at it? That's the whole point of doing shit, is to get better at it. If you're just sitting around doing the same thing the same way forever, which is what a lot of people do at their jobs, let's be honest. Are you better at your job today than you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago? I don't know how long you've been in there. But a lot of people end up doing the exact same job for a very long time. They don't have a lot of progression. Even the people who do progress up in a company, a lot of times they don't even get better, right? A lot of times people make zero progress, not only in their skill level, but also in their status level too. A lot of people don't get promotions. More people don't get promotions than get promotions, right? That's, again, just like VIP. If I let everyone up into VIP, all of a sudden it's not very VIP, is it? If everyone's up there, it's not, what the fuck? It's just the upstairs now. It's not VIP anymore. And, you know, back to the theme, everything's fake. Everything is fake, dude. Most shit is fake. Most people have levels of fake to them, and most things are pretty fake, and that's why it's like, yeah, I get why people want to customize their avatar and be able to live their own lives, and I'm all for people being able to live the way they want to live, right? But a lot of people aren't living for themselves. They're trying to live in a way where they're dampening other people's progress, because other people's progress makes them feel bad about their lack of progress, the lack of accomplishment and achievement. So they try to tear down people who have achieved, who have done well, who have progressed, so to speak, right? And these are people who call themselves progressives, but what they're really trying to do sometimes is, it's not everybody, but it's a certain group of people who are constantly trying to tear down others. And it's not even just people on the left. It's people on the right, too, are constantly. I mean, you see some people on the right who can't even concede a point to someone like a Bernie Sanders. And then there's people on the left who can't even dream of conceding a point to maybe a Rand Paul or someone on the right, or a Jordan Peterson, right? They just can't concede. And it's like, what the fuck, guys? We have to be able to understand that points need to be conceded, right? Bernie Sanders will concede a point, and that's why he did so well with people. You know, there were issues that Trump and Bernie Sanders both agreed on, right? The TPP, that was a big one. The trade agreements, they both attacked Hillary on a lot of the same things, and they had similar views on trade. A lot of people forget that about Bernie. A lot of people forget about Bernie right now. Like, people want to talk about the shitty things going on in the Biden economy. Guess what? If Bernie were in there instead of Biden, even if we didn't have Trump, he would have kept certain Trump trade policies. Think about that. He would have kept certain Trump trade policies. That's fucking nuts. But that's when you have a real progressive versus the people who just want to keep things stagnant. The people who thrive in a state of stagnation, those are motherfuckers to watch out for. The people who want to keep things stagnant and want to tear down and rather than actually accomplish and move forward, those are some scary motherfuckers, because those are the people who are really doing the evil out in the world. Those are the lizard people. Watch out for those motherfuckers, okay? Pro-Israel. Don't forget, pro-Israel. Thank you guys for watching this week's episode of Porn and Capitalism. One more time, Jessica Lynn, this week's Porn Star of the podcast. Come on out to Creek in the Cave, Sunday, May 23rd. I will be there along with Genevieve, Adam Lucky's Filthy Show. Check it out. Peace. Y'all have a good weekend.